Hi, I'm Brian Melius. I'm 47 years of age. As a baby, around about the age of 2, I was born in England. I was taken to St Lucia to grow up with my grandparents and to go to school and have schooling out there. At that time, around about 3 or 4, I was quite a poorly child, wasn't too well. And back in the Caribbean, we were given tetracycline as a kind of one jab fits all kind of medicine, and it made me much better. I came back to the UK in around about when I was 8 years of age, and I noticed before, but I noticed it more then, the colour of my teeth, a very dark yellow. And as a young boy growing up and going to school, I had a lot of comments made to me in the playground, in the classrooms, teachers even, just little, not so, well, meant to be jokes, but it weren't really funny. By the age of early teens and about 15, 16, secondary school, it was very hard. Same sort of thing, you know, school photos. I refused to smile because there was just no need to. And around about 16 years of age, I noticed that my incisors were really bad. And my dentist at the time had decided I should go to London Hospital to have a doctor try to fill them out to make them look like proper teeth. So he did his work, but obviously the colour being what it was, very dark. So the next 10, 20 years, I pretty much just kept myself to myself, didn't smile much. Most of my pictures, very hard to find me smiling, And if I did, I would normally save the pictures as black and white in order for me to actually use them. There was just, embarrassment wasn't the word. I think it was much more than that. But, you know, a lack of self-esteem. And I think the pinnacle came when I was working in the city for a big banking firm. And everything seemed to be going well. And when my leaving day came, and we all went out for drinks, and I was just left with the team, I think there was 2 guys and a girl, and she just pointed out, "Brian, oh my God, I didn't realize your teeth were so bad. They're hideous." And the other guys, they looked away in horror, but my heart I just had enough. I just thought, I've got to try and do something about this. So I started reading on the internet about tetracycline, and then I realized that it affected young children. The idea was, if your teeth haven't actually began to develop properly, you missed, and you've actually had to take tetracycline, they could affect the color, and that's all I knew at that time. So I started reading on the internet, found a dentist in Harley Street, who I went to see, and I remember sitting in reception feeling rather excited because this is Harley Street and obviously they fix things and I will definitely get fixed here. And when I got into reception, the dentist came out and he asked me to smile. Then he went back into his room and came out with 3 other dentists, and yet they asked me to smile again, and they said, "My friend, there is nothing we can do for you." And I was so embarrassed because I thought, well, you could have just told me yourself, but he did it in front of his receptionist. I can't remember where it was. I just got up and left. And I just forgot about it. You know, just thought I'd just carry on and just give up, to be honest. And then one day, decided one night, look back on the internet, started to read about tetracycline again. And this name kept coming up. And it just kept on, you know, I thought I'd read more about tetracycline, how it started, you know, how you can prevent it. Obviously there's no cure as far as I was concerned. And obviously as well as I've been as a person physically, my teeth were my worst thing. Anyway, kept on searching again. One name kept coming up. So I decided, stop searching for tetracycline and start searching for this person's name, which is Linda Greenwald. So when I started reading about what she'd written, there was a number of PDFs. They were quite intense, but the way I felt about it, I would just download them. And even though I read them, and I must admit there were long words in there I couldn't understand, all I knew was intrinsic and extrinsic, and I knew what I was, and I didn't think there was no way I could get help. But reading about this and how the molecules and stuff breaks down, started to understand it, and I thought to myself, maybe, just maybe, is it worth a chance? Because, you know, I've been to Harley Street, they're meant to be the foremost doctors around, and I made a phone call, and Linda's invited me up, came to the office, sat down, and I had the guards to put on, and when I smiled, I know my heart really went out, thinking I was going to be told the same thing. And she said, "We can help you." And I was like, oh my gosh. Honestly, nearly 30 years in the making. 30 years. So I was told about the various products and how we're going to do things and what we need to do, which had a good look at my mouth and said, I've noticed that I had a kind of bonding on it, and I told her about a doctor over in Whitechapel who did this procedure back around about when I was 16, 17, and she was going to help me. And when I tried the product for the first time, unfortunately being an IT guy and an avid coffee drinker, and I normally drink, well, I wouldn't lie, probably a pot of coffee a day quite easily in the morning. So it wasn't the best thing in the world for staining, and I'm a lover of red wine, which didn't help. So with Linda's guidance, decided to look out on the internet, see what I can do, and being an IT guy, I found myself some glass straws, which allowed me to drink hot drinks, but it won't affect my teeth. And we tried this product which Linda gave me, and I was very on-off with it, because obviously for me, 30 years of waiting is a dream come true, so you're going to expect immediate results. She did say to me though, judging by the darkness of your teeth, it will just take time, but you will get there. Still, I took it on board, but I thought, let's just see how we go. So I've been on-off for maybe 8, 9 months, but that's down to me, you know, family life, situations in life, needing the bottle, I hate to say it. And now, in the last month or two, I decided, Brian, cut the drink, see what you can do. And I tried it, and my God, I didn't notice it first, my wife noticed it. She went, oh my God, look at your teeth. And obviously I look at them every day and I didn't see much change. But what I did notice is my back teeth, which are normally better than the front 8 top and bottom teeth, I noticed for the first time, normally those ones stand out worse. I noticed for the first time that the back was actually almost the same shade as the front. And that, for me, was a big deal. I couldn't quite believe it. And in the office, people did say a few words, and I thought, nah, you're having me on. But they were genuine about it. So I decided to now read more about the products, because obviously I'm on a roll now. So I decided to read more on the dentistry, and for the first time in a long time, I'm feeling much more confident about myself, and I think I'm going to get exactly where I want to get to, hopefully. I believe so. I really do believe so. It's just, for 30 years, I've never smiled much, and I'll give you an example, just passing. That one of my best friends, it was his 40th birthday, about 4 or 5 years ago, big party, and I had the tastiest camera there, so everybody wanted to use my camera. So everyone was taking pictures of themselves, me, etc., etc. So by the end of the night, it must have been over 1,000 pictures. And they said, you know, get them online and you will be able to pick them down. So I went online and, you know, copied them. And then to my horror, I noticed my face at that time. And I thought to myself, my gosh, Brian, I then saved all my pictures as black and white. And some people go, oh, your pictures are really classy. I'm like, well, no, I couldn't really tell them what the truth was. And if I were to show you those pictures, you'd understand. But now, for the first time, and I believe the next couple of weeks, months maybe, I'll be able to smile properly from now on. Thank you.
Thank you.